in the work of our community and our movement. And I would like to dedicate a few minutes to, very sincerely, on behalf of telecenter.org, to share with our dear friend Nabil, who's in Syria. Unfortunately, he hasn't been able to attend this event. Well, Nabil,
we wish you the best, and we hope the work that you are doing will continue to inspire more communities in your country, and we hope that you're going to be safe and hope to see you in another event. We thank you for all the work that you are doing, providing ICT, training people, and inspiring people to do more in your country and around the globe. From all of us, Nabil, and from everybody here in Granada, thank you very much for your work.
Well, all of the work that we do as a global community focuses on people. And without people, well, this magic simply would not happen. We're always fascinated about the latest gadgets that we have in our hands. But we have to be honest, these gadgets would do nothing. They wouldn't produce the message to inspire other people if we do not put in our passion, if we don't activate and spark our innovation and creativity in different parts of the world in a way that will truly change people's perspectives. This is what we are about. This is what Spark is also going to be today and tomorrow. We are here to reinforce and strengthen our commitment and our endeavor and our engagement as a global community. And we want to continue to be the largest social network and global network on the planet. Every day we're offering services to more than 1 billion people worldwide. For this reason, for being here, for all of the work that you do every day, thank you very much. Enjoy the conference. And please, when you leave the conference, go out and change the world. Thank you very much.
Hola, ¿qué tal? Welcome everyone to Spark 2013 and to Granada, this wonderful Spanish city. Thank you, Miguel, for that inspirational opening about the power of technology to transform lives. And that's what we are gathered here for, to share and learn the power as a global community, the power of technology to change the world. I'm Miriam Reyes, and I will be hosting this amazing Congress. So I'm very pleased to be here with you all. What are we going to talk about here in Spark? Well, mainly we are going to talk about 3 main themes: people, innovation, and sustainability. As the name of Spark implies, Spark is about starting something new. Our objectives are to inform, inspire, and connect people. The outcomes will be many: new connections, partnerships, collaborations. We have a few big announcements for you, and we hope that you will create your own opportunities here in Granada during these 2 days. So please remember to say these agreements with the Spark team, so to ensure that we capture all the outcomes of this event. And please, don't let the spark fade. We hope that we will maintain and expand the connections and build new and stronger partnerships during these 2 days. As a global community working together, we can have a great impact. So please don't let the spark fade. And now I would like to tell you some things about this amazing venue and about the organization of the event. And for that, I'm going to speak into Spanish. I think you have earphones, so if you don't understand. Hola, ¿qué tal? Bueno,
thank you very much. Well, I'm going to give you a series of instructions. You can hear what I'm saying now in Spanish. Okay, well, I spoke slowly. I hope you understood what I said in English before, says the host. I'm going to give you a few instructions about this event. The plenary sessions will take place in this auditorium, in the Garcia, Lorca Auditorium, and will be transmitted directly by internet. So I'd like to take advantage of this opportunity to welcome everyone who's watching us and following us in different parts of the world and in different Spanish cities. This screen will show you the presentations of the speakers and also the streaming, which will be viewed by people in their homes, and also tweets. And you can use this by Spark in 2013. We also have simultaneous translation into Spanish and English. You have some receivers, some headsets, and if you want to use the simultaneous translation, you can do so. There won't be questions or a Q&A session after the presentations, but if you want to speak to the speakers on the Meet the Expert floor, you can go and speak with the speakers if you have any interest to go and talk with any of the speakers. And as regards this space, well, there are going to be many different sessions over the course of today and tomorrow at this forum. They will take place in this auditorium and also on the other floor. There are also auditoriums on the basement floor. There are also rooms where there will be presentations, and on the first floor, which is perhaps the area which is more interest of you for networking and for establishing connections with all of you to reach agreements. There's also the telecentres of the World Centre, the Apps Lab as well, and also the Hub Space. So that's on the first floor, and there will also be an information point there. If you have any doubts or any questions, there will also be screens which will be showing information at all times about the presentations which are being given, and also the rooms where those presentations are given. If you have any doubts or questions, please contact any members of the organization. I don't want to alarm any of you, but if anyone has any medical or health problem or any other need, please approach any of the organizers. We also have emergency exits, and you simply have to follow the indications on the sides of the room. But please, don't be alarmed. We also have Wi-Fi. There you have the Wi-Fi network, which is, there's the password Spark 13, so that you can connect with the social networks and discuss anything that's being discussed here. In that way, we'll be able to make sure a message reaches further corners of the world. So now I'd like to encourage the first speakers to give their presentations. They're going to give their presentations in English. I'm now going to switch language to Spanish. If you feel more comfortable, you can switch to English.
People use telecenters in many different ways and in many different contexts, from rural areas to cities, wealthy and poor regions, immigrants, women, children, people with disabilities, and much more. People use telecenters to seek information, to communicate, learn, and collaborate. Telecenters are places for innovation, where people gather and create new opportunities for themselves. And finally, telecenters are by people and for people. So there are as many unique telecenter stories as telecenters uses. Our keynote speaker this morning will share their perspectives on people and technology. And we will close this session with a spotlight on empowering women through information and communication technologies. With all this, I would like to introduce you to the first keynote speaker. He is Akhtar Badshah. He's the Senior Director of Microsoft Citizens and Public Affairs, where he administers the company's global community investments and employee programs. Since 1983, Microsoft and its employees have provided over $4.6 billion in cash, services, and software to non-profit around the world. So please, let's welcome Akhtar Badshah with a warm applause. Thank you.
Good morning. How is everybody doing? Are we going to have a good time or not? All right, you got to wake up, people. It's already 10 o'clock. It is not that late even for Spain. So once again, good morning. All right. Let me, first of all, acknowledge my colleague Miguel Ramia for getting us all here. So please, a round of applause for Miguel and his team for the wonderful work that they have done. I also want to acknowledge the government of Andalusia for hosting us here in this beautiful city of Granada, and our colleagues from the Telecenter Spain network that are hosting us for Spark 13. So thank you very much, and thank you, Miguel, for bringing us here together. My job first is to welcome you as the chair of the board of the Telecenter.org Foundation. And on behalf of the board of directors of the Telecenter.org Foundation, I warmly welcome you all to Spark 13 and for 2 days of making connections and taking this very large social movement and making it even bigger. But why are we here? We are here because of people. And let me start off with a video that puts in light as to why we do what we do.
My name is Mary Mwende, and my story is a great story. I grew up in a town called Mombasa with no running water, no electricity. It's basically a slum. I really like it. I love it. All that I am today has been shaped and molded by the experiences I had from that area. But I wanted to achieve better than my slum would offer. I wanted to know as much as I could, and there wasn't that chance for me to do that. In 2006, I was among the first 10 girls who were chosen to join the Global Give Back Circle, a mentoring and enabling process. And we wrote to our mentors. And then in 2008, I was done with high school. We did the national exams, and I went back home. And I was set to helping my mom raise the other kids. And I got a phone call and I was told, you know what, come back to school. We want you to continue with another course, a Microsoft course. I told my mom and she told me, pack your bags, go. And that's exactly what I did. My communication with my mentor had taken 6 months the first time. It took minutes to write an email. That was incredible for me.
How is the life in university?
You know, I never knew that someone so far away would actually, I would actually hear them and see them. I'm thankful to the universe. I'm thankful to the people who helped me to get the opportunities I got. To whom much is given, much is required. I want to be the best I can. That is my mom, that's my dad, those are my siblings, that's Esther, that's Enoch, that's Kyoko is looking outside the commander, that's Kadoni Charity, that's my family, and those are my neighbors, all of them. It feels good to be home.
It is because of Mary and a million other Marys that we do what we do. In fact, Mary is actually in Kuala Lumpur over the last couple of days because there is a global UN Women's Conference where she is presenting. But the challenge that we all face is we have an opportunity divide amongst youth. We have, in Spain, over 50% unemployment rate among the youth. I'm told it is 56.5%. All over the world, there are more than double the unemployed people are youth. So we, through many of our programs at Microsoft, have launched an effort to close this opportunity divide for young people through a program called Youth Spark. Youth Spark is simply an effort where we can empower, help imagine, and then help realize the potential for young people around the world. By bringing together all of the assets that we have in the company, that includes our financial resources, our technology resources, our intellectual acumen, and our ability to do advocacy on behalf of certain policies, we can make a change in how young people are provided this opportunity, and we hope to be able to bridge this gap by empowering 300 million young people in 3 years. We've launched 3 new programs. One is our grants program, work that we are doing with an effort called Innovate for Good, and a crowd fundraising website called Give for Youth. And I'll share briefly as to what we are doing. We cannot do this alone. As much as any movement, it has to be done with partners. And our grant making around the world is done with partners like yourself, on the ground, working, many of you through telecenters that are providing skills and other opportunities to young people around the world. Whether it is with Esply Foundation in Spain, or the International Youth Foundation that we are working across Latin America, or working with telecenter.org and others in Asia. So it is our effort to do this work by working with partners, and we hope that over the next 3 years, through our grants, we will be able to empower 60 million youth and provide training and capacity building to them. But another thing that we are doing is, how do you excite the imagination of young people? How do you get them to figure out what their future holds and then provide them with the resources so that they can go out and accomplish that? To that end, we are bringing young people together in cities around the world to talk about how they can be the change agents, come up with innovative ideas, and then look at how we can fund them. In fact, we just finished one this Saturday in Morocco and in Brazil, and we've held over 24 of these events, and we've got over 2,000 kids that are part of a global network called Innovate for Good, where they're exchanging ideas, working with each other to solve problems, getting mentorship support from Microsoft employees and others, and then coming up with ideas that they can pitch on what is called a micro-giving website called Give for Youth. Over the last 9 months since we have introduced this program, we've raised close to $1.3 million, supporting 547 projects with about 1,800 individuals that have come and supported this project, and made use of some of the matching money that Microsoft has put. But we feel that by doing this, it is one way that we can provide a full circle of services by empowering young people through training, by exciting their imagination, and then providing them with the opportunity to go out and implement their ideas in a meaningful way. But in Spain itself, we've got 2 efforts that I wanted to very quickly share. One is working with the government in the Basque state, where through a partnership with them, we have been able to provide opportunities for 16 young people that are interning at Microsoft for a year. We are now providing them with an opportunity where they are doing work for the company, and this is in 16 different locations around Europe, whether it's in Norway, or in Spain, or in Paris, or sitting in Brussels. And we are hoping to expand this program with the government here in Spain so that we can actually help close the opportunity gap that exists in Spain, so that young, trained people can get that internship opportunity that they need, the qualifications that they need, so that they can get back into a job. But yesterday, I was chatting with our colleagues from the Esply Foundation, which we have been supporting, and they are one of the operators of the telecenter network in Spain. And through their 58 centers, they have launched a certification course for young people. And by this year, by the end of June, They're hoping to certify 1,300 young people through technology-related programs so that with that certification, they can actually now stand a much better chance of getting a job. Our hope is that they will be able to expand that program, and we will be able to reach many more young people in Spain that need this opportunity, get that additional training that is required. But another effort that I'm very excited about, both as somebody that works at Microsoft, but more so because of my deep relationship with the telecenter movement. It is the work that we do, and you're going to hear a little bit more about this with the Telecenter Women Project and the Digital Literacy Project. You know, our hope is to be able to reach 1 million women. I was told yesterday that we are well on our way to do that because we have now reached over 800,000 women through the telecenter network. Isn't that amazing? 800,000 women who are being trained and supported through your network, through the work that you do to empower them, to provide them with an opportunity to not only provide a service that is needed for that community, but now they are earning money, they're earning a livelihood, and with that livelihood, they're able to better their family and their community. And this, I think, is something that is going to be an even more scalable effort for us, because women in some ways are much more attracted to becoming operators of the telecenter network because many of them can do it close to their home. They can actually work in a safe environment and can also undertake multiple different tasks at the same time. So, you know, we believe at Microsoft that the telecenter movement is critical. It is critical even with the fast-changing pace of technology. You saw Miguel's slides, which actually showed that since the time that we started the telecenter movement, the world has changed. Access, which was the first and foremost thing that we were trying to do in 2000, is no longer the key issue. The key issue now is how do you take the information that is available and turn it into knowledge. Earlier, we were at the end of the pipe of information. But with the IT revolution, you are at the center of the information movement. You're both a creator of content and the consumer of content. And the telecenter network and the telecenter effort allows millions and millions of people to be not only just consumers of content, but to create content. And by creating content, you're actually providing economic opportunity, you're providing growth opportunities for the country, and you are allowing people to use their skills and their talents and convert that into growth. And this is really what I believe the telecenter movement is all about. This is why I am excited to be here in Granada, and I look forward to spending the 2 days meeting a lot of you, listening to what you have to say, learn from you, so that we can go back and continue to evolve the work that we are doing and continue to grow this movement. Thank you very much.
Thank you.